Hey world, it is Sheila again, and today I'm going to talk about kind of my little journey on figuring out my type. It all started one cold afternoon here in Minnesota. No, it all started with a 16personalities.com test. I just came across the test and I was like, oh, had no idea about anything with personalities, MBTI, never, never, ever. So I took the test and my it came out INFJ, and I read the little bio and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that sounds like it could be me. And then of course, the type of person I am, I have to read and research and learn. And so I went on YouTube and typed in INFJ personality, and lo and behold, there's this whole world of personalities and little community and niche. Oh, now my cat is on here. First it was my dog. I had to delete that video, and now my cat. Whatever. I'm an animal person. That might say a lot about my personality too. So, I'm sorry, Scrapper. So reading and listening to all these videos and how controversial that INFJ is, because obviously I think because it's rare and people take the test and they find out that they're that, and they're like, oh, I am this rare little snowflake. And part of me is just like, I don't want to be that rare snowflake. I can't be that rare snowflake. I feel normal. I feel like every normal person out there. I just didn't feel like I got the struggles that INFJs struggle with. You know, how they feel so not accepted and misunderstood. And I feel pretty understood my whole life. Did I always feel accepted or fit in? No, in high school and being a kid, I mean, I really struggled. I was a super shy little girl, extremely shy. And I cried a ton. My feelings got hurt so easily. I took things so personally as a kid. So, yeah, I struggled, but I feel like all kids have their issues. So I didn't think I was any different than any other child out there. And so I've looked at the OPS system and talking with famous people, and just and Eric Thor. I've listened to a bunch of his videos, and C.S. Joseph. It's like, the whole community. I've kind of just take bits and pieces from everything to try to figure it all out and work it out in my head, like, what's right, what's wrong. And there's so many contradicting opinions. I mean, it's like my dad said, opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one, and it is so true. I'm like learning, the more and more I dive into it, it's like my head wants to explode some days. I'm like, well, who's right? Who's wrong? Who's this? And I like things from everybody. I'm like, well, that makes sense, or I see that. And so I don't think there's just one right answer, obviously. And I think anyone who says that there's only one right answer is got to be a little delusional. I mean, because there's so many different ways to look at it. So I'm totally open. And, there's a lot of people that think I am one personality or another, or they don't know. And I'm fine with that. And it's kind of like just a self-discovery thing for me, learning, because I want to know, but I also want to know, all the functions and how they play out in other people and how I can interact with them as well. So it's not just about wanting to just find out my type. I just want to learn everything there is about it, because it's just being able to communicate better with other humans is probably the most important thing in this world. I mean, humans are key to our happiness, compatibility, just day-to-day life, I mean, unless you are on a desert island and not have to deal with anyone, you're gonna have to deal with people, friends, family, coworkers, people at the grocery store. It's constant all day long. And so I just really want to know people better and understand them better, and understand myself better so I can be better. And so I got like a quick little interview. I have an interview with Talking with Famous People, host Eric. He asked me some questions along with another guy on his channel, and it was just it wasn't a full assessment, but he thought maybe INFJ with how I answered some of the questions, and I walked away going, maybe, but there's still like this part of me is that I don't know. It's like it wasn't settled in my soul. Like it just, I still had questions, so, and it's not that I think he typed me wrong or anything, because he never officially typed me. He was just kind of a quick, a few questions, and I kept getting, I cut off by, they're asking me more questions. So, and for me, when someone asks me a question, it takes me a few minutes to ponder and think, because it's like I know it up here, but to get it out there, it's always harder, and I really want to make sure I'm using the correct words, so I can't just spit it out. My husband's always like, today, Junior, and I'm like, I'm trying to get it out, and he's like, come on. Or sometimes he'll ask me a question and I'm thinking, and he's like, all right, Miss No Response Girl. And I'm like, I'm forming a response. Give me a minute. So it just takes my brain a little bit longer to form everything. And so so the INFJ video, and a lot of people thought maybe it's right. And I've been pondering FI and FE and all the parts, the bits and pieces. And then I was really intrigued by the OPS system and wanted to know about that. So about 5 weeks ago, I joined their classes, and it's really, really fascinating and interesting, and a lot of it makes sense. And I can't argue what does and doesn't make sense, because I just don't have an opinion strong enough to say who's right or who's wrong at all. Right now I'm just in that gathering all this information I can and sorting it all out in my brain. So I can't say, yes, I 100% believe this is right or that's right or they're wrong. I'm just not going to say anything like that, because I don't know. But I'm really enjoying the classes and learning quite a bit, and learning a lot about the functions. And I think OPS also fills in a lot of spots that are missing in MBTI. And with the sexualities, and I don't know, and the animals that they have, and I don't know it well enough to give any advice or anything, but I find it really fascinating. So I had a phone call with Shan Friday, and she had went over some of my videos, and I submitted some writing by email about myself, and her and I had an hour phone conversation Friday, and she concluded that I am most likely, I have the piece of paper here, FISE. And so that is an ISFP. And I have, it's the normal ISFP, not a jumper or anything like that. And it makes sense. A lot of it does make sense. I really thought I was a little more NF, but I don't know, it makes sense. And for being SE or FISE, my FI is double activated and it's masculine, and my NI is also masculine. So my inner core, my inner functions, the FI and the NI, are both masculine and strong, and so maybe that's why I give off kind of a NF vibe. I don't know. Um, SE. I don't even know what to think about SE. I enjoy doing things. I always have, and you know, so but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the SE, one way or the other. It's feminine in me, which my memory is horrible. I don't like details. I don't like concrete detail. Like if somebody's telling me something, I want them just to give me the gist of something. Just give me the basic gist. I'll fill in all the pieces myself. That's if somebody overloads me with way too much details, I'm like start zoning out. I'm like, what? And so, and like in school, I was the girl sitting in class doodling in my notebook for hours while the teacher's rambling about boring facts. Yeah, I don't know. So for SE, I don't know how I feel about that or how it manifests in my day. And then the TE, my demon TE, is also feminine. So my SE and my TE are feminine. So on the outside, the tribe sees me as very easygoing, very flexible, go with the flow, and I very am that. But if you try to push my morals or the things I want to do, like if I see a path I want to take or a goal of mine, and I'm like laser on it, there is no changing my mind. There is no veering me off course. I am just stubborn and willful, and I will get to where I need to go and what I want to do, and nobody's going to get in my way. So I see that masculine, and I like nobody's getting in my way, none. And same with my FI. If my values, there's no changing my mind on my values. Like there just isn't. You could probably give me a million arguments about something, and I'm not going to change my values at all. So I see that all being true. Is it because I'm an ISFP? Maybe. Is it because I'm something else? Maybe. I don't know. I just found out Friday, and so I'm kind of just letting it all sink over me, and it feels really comfy. Like when she told me, I was just like, all right, yeah, that makes sense, because I had thought about that for a while, but then I'm like, FI, what's FI? I don't feel, like the typical selfish, people think FI is so selfish and all about them, and to a point, I am selfish, like all humans are. I really do think about what I want to do and what's important to me. But when it comes to my loved ones, a closer inner circle, of course, I'm going to take a bullet for my daughter over me any day of the week. Now, my husband, would I take a bullet for my husband? Maybe not. I adore him and I love him, but I don't know if I'd take a bullet for him. I would hope that he'd take a bullet for me. But that's bad. If I hope he would take one for me, why wouldn't I take one for him? I don't know. But yeah, I would take one for my daughter in a heartbeat. That's hands down. So the whole FI and selfish and like, I don't know. But when I think about 90% of my day, I'm doing what I want to do. I'm reading what I want to read. I'm on YouTube what I want to do. Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it all out, and I'm really enjoying OPS and what I'm learning about that. And I know it's very controversial because I adore all the different gurus on YouTube about all of it, and I don't have anything bad to say about any of them. I mean, we all have our little issues in life, and nobody's perfect, and so I don't know. I'm just a girl trying to find my way, just a little squirrel trying to get my nut in life. So I don't know. I'm sure you guys will leave comments and like, you are not an ISFP, you are blah blah, and I don't know. I really kind of thought I was an ENFP. I really did when I started learning all of this. After that one really is strong with me. But ISFP, I'm definitely a P over a J. I'm figuring that out because I am. And I really thought I was a double decider, but Shan says that I'm double observing over double deciding. I don't know the difference well enough to say anything. So I'm just kind of talking out loud. Is that TEing? Am I TEing out loud to the tribe and wanting some more information? I don't know. All right, leave me a message and tell me what you think. I'll put this up one more time and you guys can peek at it. Those are the girls. These 4 on the bottom are my exact type with the double feminine, and these guys up here are feminine masculine. Yeah, FM. So I'm FF, FISE, and then my animals are consume, play, sleep, blast. Consume, play, sleep, blast. So that is my breakdown right now. And this is not official. I know when you send in official typing, both of them type you in separate rooms, and then they come to their conclusion. Only Shan sat and watched, and typed me, but she did say Dave watched and concurred too. So, but it's not an official one, but pretty official, I would say. I mean, she definitely sat down, and I think she consumed maybe 3 or 4 of my videos. So, I think what the information I gave her was accurate. And do I seem like a ISFP? I'm very SF-ish, a lot of people tell me, but I don't know. All right, leave me a comment. Thank you.